Hi guys, this is that Poundland engraving tool that I bought a little while back. Cost me £1. Just going to take it apart for Steve Watts because he asked a question about the motor in it. So, it comes with a spare bit. He was wondering whether you could use the this bit as a ball joint for a radio controlled car. Not quite sure how, but I can see the possibility. Obviously this is coated with some sort of abrasive, but it is a little ball, so you might get some sort of motion out of it. There's a possibility there. I suppose you could clamp it into a bit of brass tubing or something. Anyway, that was one of his points. Let's do the disassembly. So to take it apart, twist it, pull it apart. I rather like this. That's the batteries. So the springy bit makes contact with the negative end, and then the positive end goes in there. And if I push this like that, it all falls in. That little push button just sits in that hole. There's nothing to stop it falling out other than the motor. So if you get your finger right, you can slide it back in place. See if I can. Oh, missed it twice. Come on. If you had slightly thinner fingers, you wouldn't have the same problem. There we go. So that just sits in there. This bit, that's a fairly tight fit. Again, that bit that Steve was talking about, if you look at it, it goes from the 2mm shaft to, I would say that's a 3mm, isn't it? 2 to 3, or is that 4? I'd have to measure it, but I just thought that was quite interesting. Might be useful for something. This bit I love. So we got the positive terminal in the middle of this bit of plastic. Is just a bit of bent wire making contact with the positive terminal on the motor. Let's come a bit closer. So central point there. The battery goes in there, while the other bit fell on the floor. So that goes in there, onto that bit of wire, and onto the positive terminal of the motor. The negative terminal of the motor, I've got a pointy stick, not very pointy. Negative makes contact with the body shell, or casing. And then on the other side, the negative of the battery, which will actually be that spring, makes contact there, and this is our on-off switch. You just push it in and out. I love this sort of simplicity. That's your on-off switch, your momentary on-off switch. I think it's just so beautiful, so simple. So positive in the middle, negative on the spring. And yeah, just a simple little generic 3-volt motor. I do believe the colour of the end cap was supposed to mean some sort of difference. But obviously it's running on 2 AA batteries, so it's running on 3 volts. And that's it. I wonder if I can just hold that on there and make. Yeah, don't know if you could see what I was doing, but yeah, I'm just holding it all together. Beautiful simplicity. Just pick the case up off the floor, slip that back in there. Obviously that bit has to go and where the button's going to push in, and then the motor straight in there, and then this bit, it's got a little bit of a bayonet fitting there. There we are. Back together. Hey, thanks for watching. There's plenty of videos on my main channel with more added daily, so don't forget to subscribe and enable the notifications to keep you up to date with my new releases. You can help keep my channel running by donating $1 on Patreon to buy me coffee. You can always find more information in the video description. Thanks again for watching.